Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, happy Thursday. Welcome back to our June week 2. All right, so I can see there's not a lot of people today. Okay, hey, Yin, why are you here today? I thought you're usually Wednesday one. All right, I guess everyone is late lah. So no matter, let us go into our chapter 4. All right, so it will be quite an interesting lesson today, because we are learning the main part today. Okay, the main part of chapter 4. Okay, yes, you're saying hello. Good evening. All right, so hope you have your notes ready. All right, last week what we have learned is just the intro. All right, it's just a sneak peek of what we are going to learn. All right, some Minecraft stuff lah, basically. All right, so we learned that what is mineral? That means they are solid, they exist naturally. Okay, and then mineral can either be elements, means they are pure, or they can be compound, means they are impure. All right, this one you already know lah. And all the chemicals, all the minerals, we usually focus on limestone or calcium carbonate. All right, and what happens to calcium carbonate when you add acid and heat them? You will get carbon dioxide, which is tested by this lime water. Okay, you already know this, very simple stuff. Okay, so today we will be going into 4.2 reactivity series. Okay, reactivity series. So please pay attention. This is a very important part. Right? Yes, Mabel, hello. This is a very important part. Okay, pay attention. Don't fall asleep. Okay, I know it's evening time. Your metabolism is coming down. You're feeling sleepy. It's okay, but please don't. All right, this is a very important part. All right, so let's look at 4.2 reactivity series of metal. So what is reactivity series? Okay, can you see this? There's a list of metal here. Okay, this is a list of metal. All right, so this list is what we call reactivity series. Siri ke reaktifan. All right, Siri ke reaktifan. So what is this? All right, the reactivity series of metal is a list of metal. Okay, this list here, the senarai, arranged in order of their reactivity towards oxygen. That means they are arranged according to how well they react with oxygen. All right, so can you see there's an arrow here? Can you see there's an arrow here? So the reactivity towards oxygen increase. That means the higher you go, the better they react with oxygen. All right, the lower they are, the worse they react. That means going up, the reactivity increase. They become more reactive as they go up. Menjadi lebih reactive. All right. So an easy way to let you understand. All right. I know last week I said that this week is gonna be hard, but I'm just lying to you lah. This actually has a way to study. I mean, if you study using the stupid way, your teacher's way, your school teacher's way, they just call us stupid. All right. So if you use your school teacher's way to study, for sure you don't understand one. All right, but using my way, this is very easy to understand. I want you to think of metals as boys. Okay, metals are boys. Okay, why are metals boys? Don't ask me. Okay, that's the way they are. Yes, Braden, hello. Is this your first time here? Right. Anyway, so this is your boys. Metals are boys. Okay, very important. And then oxygen is the girl. Okay, oxygen is the girl. So this list is according to how well this girl get married to this boy. Okay, what do I mean? You see, the higher they are, the more reactive they are, right? I want you to think of reactivity means good looking. Okay, good looking, as in 很帅, very 靓仔. Okay, the more reactive something is, the more 靓仔 it is. Okay, the more 靓仔 it is. Okay, I want you to think, because it's very easy. You see, the taller they are, the more reactive they are, right? And the taller a boy is, the more good looking they are, right? Right? I'm not being shallow here. This is just the truth. Do you want a guy that is like what? Imagine potassium is 190 cm. Ooh, very tall, very lengthy, isn't it? And then gold is like 160. Do you want a boyfriend that is 160? No offense to 160 people, but that's the truth. Okay, so the taller a boy is, the more reactive they are, the more lengthy they are, the more good looking they are. All right, so which in this case, the higher the metal, the more reactive they are with oxygen. That means if you're a girl, you get married to a very tall boy, the reaction is very happening. You are very excited, right? Imagine if you're married to someone, the best looking guy, okay, the most lengthy fella in your dictionary lah. You get married to a very, very attractive guy, very tall guy. Of course, you're happy. Should be lah, okay? Should be, right? And if you are married to someone very short, okay, I know it sounds harsh, but you won't get very excited. The reaction is like me, okay, not very happening. Okay, yes, Martin, hello, welcome. All right, so we are at page 3. Okay, let me explain this again. So this reactivity series, they are like boys, a list of boys. All right, and then they get married to this girl. So how do they react? It depends on how reactive they are. Like I said, reactive means good looking. How lengthy you are, how suai you are, okay, how good looking you are, how kacak you are, how handsome you are. All right, so let me repeat this again. The higher the metal, the reactivity increase, the good lookingness increase. The taller a guy is, the better looking it is, the more oxygen will react with this fella. All right, so they are arranged according this way. All right, you see, oxygen reacting with potassium. Do you know what is potassium? Do you know how well potassium react? Potassium is so good looking. Hey, he's the first guy there. He's the first guy there, the tallest boy there. So if you look at potassium, okay, if you look at potassium, potassium will explode even just by touching water. All right, I'll show you a video here. Okay, as you can see, that white piece of thing is potassium. You see, the moment they touch water, they will explode. They are very reactive, very lengthy, very good looking, very handsome. So everyone wants to react with potassium. Every girls want to get married to potassium because he's very good looking. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say here. All right, so the taller they are, the better they react. Okay, you look at these two examples, you understand. You look at these two examples, you understand. So the first one, this is magnesium. Okay, this is magnesium. Where is magnesium? Magnesium is here. All right. So yes, magnesium is no potassium. They are not as good looking, but it's still pretty good. Hey, this guy is like 180 cm, very tall. Okay, very tall. Potassium is a 190 lah. Okay, maybe 190 is too tall for you, but you get my point. So magnesium is a 180, very good looking. All right, very good looking. So when you oxygen, you're the girl, you're oxygen, you get married to magnesium, ooh, you are very happy. You see, look at the reaction. Look at the flame. So happening, so bright. It's like the fire of love. Okay, I know my analogy sucks lah, but that's the best way I can describe it. So magnesium getting married to oxygen, wow, nice flame, nice reaction. Whereas if you look at the next one, you look at iron, look at iron. Iron is here. Okay, iron is like a 160 something guy. Okay, he might be shorter than you even. Right? So when oxygen, you as a girl, you get married to iron, iron is here. You get married to him, you are not very happy. All right, compared to magnesium, which produces a very bright flame, this thing is only like, you see, it only glows. Not even a fire, not even a flame, it only glows. You see how lame? You see how lame this reaction is? All right, this one, the upper one, magnesium is like, wow, nice flame. Whereas the iron one is like, okay, because you are getting married to some ugly dude. Not ugly lah, he's not that ugly, he's just middle. Okay, not too lang zai, not too bad looking lah, but he's only middle lor. Alright, so there's nothing to shout about. You're not very happy. You're not too excited. So you only see a very slow glow here. Alright, so this is according to that reaction. So let me repeat this again. The taller they are, the more attractive they are. That means when you burn these few, if you burn these few, you're going to get very bright flames. Alright, whereas if you burn all these bottom ones, chances are you won't see anything. Okay, chances are you won't see anything, because as a girl, why would you want to get married to these birds? Would you want to get married to someone very short? Okay, would you want to marry someone who is 160, shorter than you? With you, if you're on high heels, he's like your brother, your younger brother. So you didn't know, right? So that's why. Okay, yes, Savannah, hello, good evening. All right, so we are in 4.2. Okay, so this reactivity series. All right, so let me teach you how to memorize this thing. Okay, it's not that hard actually. Right, it's not that hard actually. So you might say, okay, before I begin, before I move on, you might say, sir, why is potassium K? This is the chemical symbol. All right, this column is the symbol, whereas this column is the element name. Right? You might say, sir, why is it different? Why is potassium K? Why is potassium not P? Because you see, most elements they are named after the language Latin. I think I told you this before, right? Last chapter, chapter 3, when we learn about the heart, did you remember this? Most of our blood vessels, they are named after Latin. Okay, Old Latin. All right, like I told you, Latin is the root, is the mother of all Western languages. All right, even if you speak Italian, okay, French, Spanish, Portuguese, whatever, they all stem from Latin. Right, so most elements here, they are named after Latin. Okay, yes, Brandon, hello. How are you? How's your trip? I see you post a lot of food on Instagram, right? Wow, so envious. Okay, anyway, so we are in 4.2, we're in 4.2, okay, so most elements here, they are named after Latin. Okay, you might say, sir, then how about calcium? Calcium is Ca, they follow though, because you see, calcium is discovered by an English scientist. That's why he used an English term. All right, if this is discovered by a non-English scientist, they usually use Latin. Okay, like K, Na, Fe, Sn, Pb, Cu, these are all non-English. They are all Latin. All right, you might say, then sir, what do K stands for? Bm, they don't say potassium. Bm just follow the Latin name, which is kalium. Okay, kalium. Kalium is the real name for potassium. Potassium is an English name. All right, kalium is the real Latin name. Okay, so if you ask me, sir, why is it so complicated? Why can't they just, unionize everything? Why can't they just standardize everything? Why must we just use different names? Beats me, even I don't know. All right, that's the way it is. All right, so interesting story. Interesting story. Can you see silver? Can you see silver? Silver is Ag, right? Do you know what does Ag stands for? Ag stands for argentum. Okay, Ag stands for argentum. Why is the chat so quiet today? Are you guys really that tired? Is it because of Coco? Is it because of Coco? I heard Coco started, right? This week, wow, goodness me, I see my students in physical class, they're like zombie way. They're like zombie way. And then my student just now told me, sir, tomorrow is Parentas Day, sir. I was like, wow, really? Your school spare no time in putting your back into Coco, isn't it? Basketball under the hot sun. Oh, wow, vitamin D, sick and tired. No wonder lah. I was like, why is the car so quiet this week? Bola Tampa during 3 p.m. Wow. Hey guys, I know you stand under the hot sun. Please remember to put sunscreen. Rugby. Wow, Jason, you play rugby one. Wow. Damn, that's cool, man. That's so cool. All right, anyway, so you know what? I'll try to go slow lah, since you guys are so tired. All right, so speaking about this Argentum, you know there's a country that's named after them? You know there's a country that's named after Argentum? Even sounds like it. Okay, come test your geography, test your general knowledge. Okay, who has the name of Argentum? Yes, Argentina. Oh, House of Messi. Hey, Aguero also leh. and Maradona also leh. Okay, so it's Argentina. All right, Argentina. So why is Argentina named after Argentum? Because when the Spanish colonized them, when the Spanish reached do you know they are all? Do you know all South American countries they speak Spanish? Besides Brazil, Brazil they speak Portuguese. That means if you can speak Spanish, you can go to Nicaragua, you can go to Guatemala, you can go to Honduras, you can go to Costa Rica, you can go to Colombia, you can go to Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina. All these countries they all speak Spanish. Okay, maybe even Mexico. Okay, Mexico is not really South America, but hey, it's the same thing. All right. So Argentina, when Spanish they went there, when they colonized Argentina, from far from the port, the Pelabuhan, it looks like there's silver mountain from far. All right. So they just name it the land of silver, Argentina, because it comes from the word Argentum. Ooh, the more you know, isn't it? All right, so Argentina is named after silver. Okay, all right, so let's come to the main thing. How do we memorize this list? All right, so for those who just came in, what is this list? This list is boys. This is a list of boys. Metals are boys. They are arranged according to how lengthai they are, how good looking they are, how handsome they are. The taller a guy is, the more handsome they are. Potassium is the most handsome because potassium is the tallest. Gold is the ugliest because gold is very short. All right, so how do we memorize this list? All right, next year, you are still memorizing this. If you go to chemistry, so might as well I suggest you memorize it now. All right, so how do I memorize it? I memorize using this. I memorize using the symbol. I don't memorize the name. All right, so if you are using BM, then good for you lah, because you straight away memorize the BM name. If you are English, you just have to recognize who they are. All right, so how do I memorize them? You can write this down. You can write this down. I memorize this by kalau nak kawin. Okay, kalau nak kawin mesti ada zakar fantastic supaya perkawinan. Okay, so Mercury I don't memorize. Okay, yes, zakar. Okay, supaya perkawinan Jun dan aman. Alright, if you know what I mean lah. Hey, I made this story up when I was Form 4. I memorized it until today because it's very funny. All right, so what does it mean? For those who don't know what zakar is, it's a thing between a guy's legs. No, not the ball sack, it's the PP. Okay, it's the PP. So if you want to get married, if you want to kawin, you must have zakar fantastic. Okay, you must have a very awesome penis, all right, so that your perkawinan is June. You know it's June. You know it's June. If you have Malay friends, they say this all the time. Okay, June means good lah. Okay, so you want your wedding, you want your marriage to be good and aman. Aman means peaceful lah. You don't want your wife to make noise. You want your wife to be happy. Then you must have a zakar fantastic. Okay. Come on lah, guys. The more sexual it is, the better you memorize one. That's how we work. That's how we work, isn't it? You dirty minds don't pretend. I know. Okay, the more sexual or dirty something is, the better you memorize one. All right. If you say, sir, this one very hamsam lah, I don't want to memorize this kind, then you change it to zebra lah. You change it to zebra lah. Mercury, you don't need to memorize. Mercury don't need to memorize, and A stands for both one. A stands for both, silver and gold lah. You're about to score for me in science. Well, Martin, I hope you do. All right, so memorize this list. This is the Leng Zai list, the good looking, the handsome list. You have to, because later I will show how useful they are. All right, so let me repeat. Kalau nak kawin, mesti ada zakat fantastic supaya perkahwinan Jun dan Ahmad. Hey, next year if you go chemistry, you memorize the same thing. So better you copy this down so that next year you can use it. And next year is even worse. This is just metal, you know. This is just metal, you know. Next year, you are memorizing non-metal. Okay, there's another list, you know. Non-metal is F, sulfate, nitrate, Cl, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and hydroxide. You'll be memorizing this thing. You want to write this down also can, because next year you'll be memorizing this also. And I have a way. Do you know how I memorize this? You know how I memorize this? Even better. Free sex, no condom, but I okay. You see, it's in my head for 14 years. I still remember. Okay, free sex, no condom, but I okay. See? That's how I make studying easy. Hey, how do you think I score straight A? Because all my science stuff, I use dirty ways to memorize one. It works. Okay, so who's laughing? What's the metal name? What do you mean? What's the metal name? What's the metal name? You mean this one? You mean this one? This one have to. That's the real name. That's the real. You cannot write K in exam because that's for chemistry. You have to write potassium. This one I leave it up to you to all the for non-metal. This is fluorine. Okay, fluorine, sulfate, nitrate, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and hydroxide. That's the you see, if you don't use my way to memorize, how are you going to memorize? You have to die memorize this, like memorize your, you know, your moral definisi. That's how you memorize. Do you want to use that way? That's a stupid way of studying. All right, this is a smart way, guys. Smart way. Okay, so remember, this is the guys list, the boys list. The taller they are, the more reactive they are with the girl. The girl is the oxygen. Okay, guys, the girl is the oxygen. So the girls this girl, they get married to different metals and they have different reaction. You see, magnesium very Leng Zai here, so bright flame. Iron not so good looking, that's why the flame is like very lame flame. All right, so let's look at how do we test this. Okay, how do we test the metal list? All right, you won't be burning all the metals. First of all, your teacher won't let you touch potassium and sodium because these two, they are so bloody reactive. Even your teachers are scared of them. So you won't be burning this. You'll be burning these few. Okay, you'll be burning these few. So let's look at this experiment. Can you see what you will be burning? You will be burning magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, and lead. You'll be burning these 5. I hope lah. This is a must-do experiment. If your school is doing it for let you do, then it's a good thing. But if your school doesn't let you, then go YouTube or something, no. That's all I can say. All right, so this is how the experiment look like. You put the metal here. Let's say you want to burn magnesium, you put it here. You want to burn zinc, you put it here. You keep repeating this thing. So can you see this thing? Can you see this potassium manganate 7? Oh, the smoking experiment. Wow, that's cool. Imagine if you have hyperhidrosis. Yashwini, why so random? why so random? What's hyperhidrosis though? All right, anyway, what is this? This potassium manganate, write down the function. This fella is actually to provide oxygen. Right? Because this experiment, we want to see how well they get married to oxygen. Oh, sweaty hands. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. You have someone who studied medicine in your family, is it? How do you know? Okay, so oxygen, so this is why we use oxygen. We want oxygen to come over here to react with this metal to see how well they react. Oh no, okay, wow, then you have good general knowledge then. All right, so this fella is to give oxygen to this metal. Okay, so can you guess what happened? Out of these five, who is the most lang zai here? Who's the best looking here? You have Kalau nak kahwin mesti ada Zaka, fantastic, supaya perkahwinan. Okay, so you see they are arranged according to this. So see magnesium, yes Martin, you got it right. Magnesium is the most lang zai here, the best looking here. So can you see the observation? Burns very quickly and brightly. All right. A word of warning, guys. A word of warning, if you are burning magnesium in school, try your best not to look at it straight, because this thing is so freaking bright, it will hurt your eyes. Right? It will hurt your eyes. They used to use magnesium in camera flash. All right. Last time, like hundreds of years ago, you know those ancient camera where they hold a flash up one. That thing is the magnesium lah. That's how bright they are. So try not to look at it with your eyes. It will hurt, right? Because they are so bright. Okay. So how about the word equation? This one, let's guess. Magnesium, when they kahwin with oxygen, what's gonna come out? What's gonna come out? You actually learned this last week though. You learned this last week though. When iron and oxygen they get married, what do you get? What do you get? You get iron oxide, right? They kahwin already. So the oxygen you change name. Okay, yes, that's correct. You get magnesium oxide. All right, you get magnesium oxide. So the girl changed name. It's like you change your name, you follow your husband's last name lah, right? Let's say your surname is Lee, you get married to someone who's the surname Tan, you are Mrs. Tan, right? So this is why you change your name lah. Okay, the oxide change name already. Okay, so next, aluminium. Okay, aluminium is less lang zai already, not so good looking already. So can you see the reaction kind of slows down? Just now it's very quickly and brightly, now it's just quickly and brightly. The thing kind of slowed down. The girl is not so excited. Just now, the girl, oxygen, get married to magnesium, very excited, because magnesium is very lang zai, very good looking. But aluminium is slightly not so good already. So that's why the reaction just kind of slows down. Okay. Very realistic one, very, very, very straightforward one. I mean, as a girl, you wouldn't want an ugly guy as your boyfriend, isn't it? Okay. I'm not being shallow here, guys. I'm just being realistic, okay? So can you guess what happens here? So aluminium plus oxygen, what do you get? You will know lah, aluminium oxide lah. Okay, yes, that's the one. All right, so next, zinc. Zinc is even worse, even less lang zai than aluminium. That's why the reaction only burns slowly. You see, the girl is not excited already. The girl is like, okay lo, you want me to marry you? Okay lo, since you're not so good looking also. Okay, so this one you will get zinc oxide lo. Okay, zinc oxide. And then iron is even worse. Iron doesn't even burn. Just now burn. This one only glows. Membara, they only glow up. Okay, not even a fire. Okay, iron is so May, okay, this fella is a middle. If you get married to a number 5 guy, you know what's 5? From a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best looking, like your Korean oppas good looking, that's 10. Okay, iron is like okay, 5, I mean not too bad, but not too good lah. That's why even the oxygen is not so excited. Okay, so in this case you get iron oxide. Same thing. And then lead, you see, this is so bad, glows dimly. All right, so you get lead oxide. Can tahan for the rest of your life level. What do you mean, Yashwini? Can tahan for the rest of your life, and that means you can. Oh, that means it's bearable lah. So sad, so sad. Oh my god. I mean, okay, guys, it's not called, like I said, it's not called being shallow. Who doesn't like pretty things? Am I right? Okay, who doesn't like pretty things? Like I said last week, if a car has a very good engine, but if the outlook looks like shit, you wouldn't buy it also. right? Okay, if let's say Myvi, if Myvi is pink color today, would you buy a pink color Myvi? Okay, maybe you would lah, but I wouldn't. That would be so freaking weird for a guy to drive a pink color Myvi. Myvi itself is gay enough. Okay, anyway, so according to this list, that's the sequence law. Magnesium being the most lang zai, and then lead being the least lang zai lah, the least good looking. Okay, so is this hard? Guys, is this hard? Hey, in my opinion, this is easier than chapter 3 leh. You know chapter 3, where we learn about the heart, you have your left atrium and ventricle lah, right atrium and ventricle lah, and then you have all these pipes flying around lah. Here where got no such thing. You just memorize this list, Bob's your uncle. Yes, much easier. That's why next year, if you go chemistry, usually chemistry you will do okay. But bio, you will be freaking murdered. Not even lying. All right. Even the exercise now, you also notice already. Usually, the chemistry part, the explanation is very short one. But when it comes to explaining biology stuff, wow, you have to write long answers. Next year is the same thing, right? Chemistry, it makes a lot of sense. So last week I said that this part is very difficult, right? I lied to you only lah. Yeah lah, it's very difficult if you don't use my way lah. But if you use my way, how is this hard? Right. So anyway, moving on. Let's go to our next one. Okay, there's two more guys I want you to know. Okay, so you remember our kacak list just now, our handsome list just now. Now we add two more members. We have C and H, carbon and hydrogen. All right, carbon and hydrogen. They in the middle of them, they are zinc. Okay, so how do you memorize this? This one very easy. This one very easy. Okay, this also sound very funny. Who do you guys take maths here in DVZ? Which tutor do you all go to? Oh, you go to Liang Jia. Okay. If you go to Tsinghua, Yashwini, you get where I'm going here, right? Okay, CH is Tsinghua lah. CH is Tsinghua lah. Okay, CH is Tsinghua lah. And Tsinghua is a guy, right? Tsinghua is a guy, right? So he has a Zaka in between him. Oh God, it sounds so wrong. It sounds so wrong. But hey, you got it memorized, you see? So zinc is between Tsinghua, so you just imagine. Stop, Rebecca, stop. Stop going that way. Does Tsinghua know? No, he doesn't. I mean, if I would tell him, I also don't know how to tell him. That would sound so gay. Hey, he's my slot mate. I see him 5 days a week. That's gay, man. That is so gay. Okay, so I mean, zinc is in between him. Oh God, that sounds so wrong. Okay, that means you have a Zaka in between you. Happy Pride Month. Yes, I know it's Pride Month this week. Can't see Tsinghua the same anymore. Hey, you guys don't snitch to him, Tolong, please don't snitch this shit to him, It would be so damn freaking weird. Okay, anyway, so you see, carbon is here. So carbon is taller than all these, right? So carbon is taller than all these, right? So carbon is better looking than all these because carbon is taller, what? But carbon is not as good as these. These are your Korean oppa boy band. 5 of them here. Which band got 5? Oh yeah, Big Bang. Big Bang got 5. Or TXT, Big Bang got 5. So 5 of them here. So carbon is not as good as them. So carbon is here. All right, so let's look at the experiment here. Let's test carbon first. All right, so what is happening here? I mix zinc oxide and carbon. All right, zinc oxide and carbon. So can you see oxide here? The girl is married to zinc, right? This girl is married to zinc, right? Zinc oxide means they are married, what? Zinc oxide means they are a couple, what? So zinc and carbon, these two boys, they will fight. So who is better looking? Zinc and carbon, who is more lang zai? Who is better looking? Carbon is better looking, right? Carbon is taller, right? All right. That means let's say you are the girl, you got married to an ugly husband, and then there's a better looking guy that comes for you. What will you do? You dump your husband's ass lah. Okay, maybe I'm not that shallow lah, but you get what I mean. Okay, so this oxide will follow this carbon away. Okay, so that's why the mixture glow, you see. There is a reaction because oxide dumped zinc's ass already. Okay, because your husband ugly, your husband ugly one, so you dump him lah. All right, so zinc oxide and carbon, what do you get? You will get zinc and carbon oxide. Right? Because the oxide follow carbon away ma. You see zinc gonna dump already. And here's another question. Do you have something called carbon oxide? No, right? There's no carbon oxide, right? Because it's carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is a gas lah. This will run away lah. Okay, because the oxygen follow carbon run away ma. Zinc ugly ma. So you throw zinc away lo. Okay, you dump zinc's ass lo. Your boyfriend suck. So you dump him. All right. So next, aluminium oxide and carbon. What's gonna happen here? So how you memorize? How to memorize? You just see who's taller lah. You just see who's taller lah. Yeah, just now the list just now. Remember? You just use the list. Yes, yes, Yashwini. I don't want to say it because it sounds weird. So that's how. Okay, Zaka in between C and H. So yeah, that's how. All right. So aluminium and oxygen. Now aluminium is married, right? And then aluminium or carbon, they will fight, right? So aluminium and carbon. So who is better looking? Who is taller? It's in between two. Yeah, that's why it's so funny, right? So aluminium and carbon, who is better looking? Aluminium, right? Aluminium is taller, right? Okay, so imagine you are married to such a good looking husband, an uglier guy comes for you. Will you follow him? Will you follow him? Your husband is like a 8, and then there's a 6 that comes for you. Of course, you will say no lah. Yeah, you're so ugly. You go die lah. That's why you see no visible change, no reaction, because oxide cannot be rampas away. The oxide cannot be rampas away. But just now, carbon rampas zinc's wife away, because carbon better looking one. All right. So next, lead oxide and carbon. Can you guess what happens? Lead is married to oxygen, and then lead and carbon. Who's the better looking one? Okay, lead and carbon. Wow, you look at the difference, you know lah. Hey, carbon is so much better looking. Lead is like dog shit. It's like dog shit. So you see 5 places better looking. So of course, carbon can take his wife away lah. You see, so oxide cannot take away. So you have lead and carbon dioxide. So same thing. Lead cannot dump because he's very ugly. Whereas the middle one just now, no reaction. No reaction. Because aluminium so good looking, how can aluminium follow? How can the wife follow carbon away? All right, so you get what I mean, You get what I mean, So how do you explain this in exam? They will ask you, how oxide can be pulled away by carbon? Because you say carbon is better looking than zinc. But please don't say better looking. Please change good looking. Please change good looking to reactive. All right, reactive. Because I have a student actually wrote this in exam. She wrote carbon is better looking than zinc. And then the teacher was like, what? The good looking there, she circled and then she put question mark. Good looking? Please change it to reactive. Okay, I say good looking is to help you understand. Carbon has higher reactivity. Zinc, yes, actually, yes, they are. Yes, it is. According to this list, yes, they are. You see, carbon is higher than zinc. Right? So that's why. So carbon is more reactive than zinc. Better looking than zinc. More lang zai than zinc. So more reactive. Okay? Can understand? You see, it's very easy to understand. Okay, next, let's look at another experiment. Now let's look at hydrogen. Let's look at hydrogen. So what is hydrogen again? Hydrogen is below zinc. Hydrogen is below zinc. So we have 5 combinations here. So hydrogen and aluminium oxide. Who is better looking? Who is more lang zai? Of course, aluminium, right? Aluminium, right? Because aluminium is higher than hydrogen. Aluminium is up here. That's why you see how important this list is. If you don't memorize this list, you can never do this question. So aluminium is up here, better looking than hydrogen. So can hydrogen rampas the wife away? Of course, no. You see, how can hydrogen take the wife away? Because aluminium is better looking. You are married to one of the best looking guy. Because aluminium is number 4, number 5. So they are so high up there. So of course, hydrogen, they cannot do anything. So no reaction. And then next, hydrogen and zinc oxide. Same thing. Zinc is so much better, not to say so much, one place better looking than hydrogen. So any reaction? No. No reaction. Because hydrogen cannot rampas the wife away. Whereas these three, iron, lead, copper, you look at the list up there, iron, lead, copper, these three, they lose to hydrogen. They lose to hydrogen. Hydrogen is much better looking than these three. So hydrogen can rampas their wife away lah. So all these three, their wife will gonna rampas away. So iron, lead, and copper will be dumped. Same story as up there. Same story as up there. What does the Roman number mean? You shall learn this next year. All right. You might say, sir, why iron got 3-1? Because iron is Fe3+. Why is lead 2, sir? Because it's Pb2+. Oh wait, it's actually Pb4+. It has 2 oxidation number. Okay, so copper is Cu2+. Don't ask. Okay, don't ask. This is not your territory yet. Okay, next year you will learn this. All right, you can don't care about the Roman number. So next, number 1, underline the correct answer about the reactivity of hydrogen. Hydrogen is what reactive than aluminum? Just think of reactive as good looking. Okay, so is it less good looking or more good looking? Of course it is less lah. Because hydrogen is lower one. Hydrogen is lower than aluminum, right? So it's less good looking. So hydrogen is what than zinc? Same thing, less good looking. And then CDE, iron, copper, and lead. Hydrogen is more good looking. More good looking, better looking, more length than these three. See, easy, right? It's the same. You see, look at these 3 experiments. They're actually the same thing. It's about who is better looking, who can create reaction. That's all. So number 2, state the metal which are more reactive than hydrogen. So who is more reactive than hydrogen? These 2 lah. Okay, these 2, they are better looking than hydrogen, right? Your aluminum and zinc. So who is less reactive than hydrogen? Who is less? That means these 3 lah: iron, copper, lead. Okay, is it difficult? Is this difficult? Yes lah. Last week I said it's. Last week I scared you, isn't it? Oh, this is very difficult, guys. You're going to die. My God, you see, now I taught you already. Where got die? So easy lah. So easy. You just memorize this list. You can do every question about this chapter. Okay? Can so you memorize this yourself. Kalau nak kawin this thing you'll be learning, you'll be memorizing in Form 4 also. And Form 4 chemistry you don't write potassium anymore. You write K. You write all these symbols. In Form 3, you're not allowed to write symbols. You are not allowed to write symbols because symbol is not it's not in your syllabus. Okay, because it's short form. You'll be writing symbols in chemistry. Okay, easy. So next week okay, we will go into exercise. Okay, next week we will be using this thing also. We'll be using this thing also. We'll be using this to learn how to extract stuff, how to extract things from the ground. Then this is the Minecraft stuff, isn't it? Then you have your iron ore, right? You have iron ore, right? And then do you know what is this thing? You know what is this thing? Yes, this is the blast furnace. You put blast furnace inside, you smelt your iron ore, it will turn into iron lah. Right? So you see, it's Minecraft. I know. Okay, so this is Minecraft lah. So it's according to this. Okay, it's according to this thing. So like I said, why is it so tall? Hey, you know this blast furnace is really tall. You know how tall is a blast furnace? This blast furnace It's really, really tall, as in like 5-6 stories tall. There. This is your blast furnace. Really, really tall, like 6 stories tall. 6, is it 6? I think it's more than that. That's your blast furnace. Okay, but in Minecraft, you can fit one in your house. I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't lah. You know how hot is this thing? You know how hot is a blast furnace? Is there any temperature here? Oh no, they didn't write here. You know how hot is this thing? You look at the temperature. You look at the temperature. You look at the bottom there. 1008. Can you put a 1008 Celsius thing in your house? I mean, you can. Your house wouldn't be very pleasant to live in. I mean, it's a game, so it makes no sense, okay? So you wouldn't put this thing in your house. Hey, this thing churns out a lot of carbon dioxide one. Hey, that's a freaking Minecraft here. Even can have a blast furnace room full of it. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. And then this is the blast furnace. They will pour. Can you see that molten iron, the melted iron? That's the red color stuff. So they will pour this thing out. Then they will pour this thing into a mold, and then you will get pure iron. Use it for construction. Okay. Anyway, this is next week stuff. Okay, this is next week stuff. So let's come back to here. So can you understand? Can you understand? Today's stuff is a very easy stuff. So this chapter 4, if you ask me, this chapter 4 is actually easier than the first 3 chapters. Right? Right? Hey, this is the only thing you memorize, you know. This is the only thing you memorize there. Hey, hello, you memorize your eyes. You know your first chapter, just the eye alone has more parts than these already. Right? And then you have your ear, you have your tongue, you have your nose, and then you have your mono and stereo, and then you have your plants. Okay, and that's just chapter 1, you know, and then chapter 2, you have all these parts in your lungs, and then your chapter 3, all the hard thing. How is this hard? Okay, with the suspicious memorization. I got suspicious. Okay, so yeah, for real, exactly. Okay, hey guys, you have to know, without your parents thumbs up for each other, okay, you wouldn't be here. Right? So it's everyone's job to be thumbs up. Okay, your job is to be horny and reproduce. It sounds so wrong, okay? You scare your parents opening your nota board, then you keep it to yourself lah. You don't show it to them lah. Okay, you don't write the zakah law. Right. Okay. So anyway, moving on. Well, oh, sorry, I have actually done this just now. Let me erase this. Okay, explain the horniness to. Please don't. Hey, Qinghua very serious one, right? You attend, for those who attend Qinghua's class, his class very serious one, right? Okay, my class is, I don't know lah, my class very joyful one. I cannot so serious one. I cannot so serious one. He's the serious one. Okay, he will ask your question one, is it? Right? He will ask your question one, right? I don't. You see, I very Buddha one. I very army topper one. So anyway, so let's look at number 4. We are in page 12. Okay, page 12. So what is reactivity series of metal? Like I said, it is a list of metal. Okay, senarai logam. It is a list of metal arranged according to reactivity with who's the girl? Oxygen. Okay, so disusun mengikuti kereaktifan dengan oksigen. Okay, so we use oxygen as our standard. Okay, as the girl. So see how well they react with the oxygen. They arrange according to that Lang Zai graph, the Lang Zai chart. Okay, the good-looking, handsome chart. So B, name the substance that reacts with the metal. So who reacts with a metal? I already said this is oxygen. Okay, and it's used to determine the position of metal in the reactivity series. So that's your oxygen. Okay, oxygen. So next, C, potassium and sodium are kept in dark reagent bottles filled with paraffin oil. Explain why. All right, so if you still remember just now, potassium, they are kept in, all right, they touch water, they will explode, right? Okay, do not let oxygen enter. Yes, good. Okay, or to prevent it from reacting with oxygen. Prevent from reacting with oxygen. Okay, untuk mengelakkannya daripada bertindak balas dengan oksigen. Okay, so there are 2 marks here, so there's another point needed. So why will they react with oxygen? Because they are very reactive. Okay, sangat reactive. Hey, you try and go your school, you ask your teacher and see if she is willing to do this experiment, because we actually asked our teacher last time. Because my Form 3 science teacher, she's a very good one. We actually asked her, can she show us what potassium or sodium is like? She actually did it, but she didn't throw like just now. She didn't take one big piece and throw because potassium and sodium is actually quite expensive. So what she did was she took out the paraffin oil, okay, and then she put a knife in and she cut a piece out, and then she throw it in water, and then you will see flame, you will see fire. Just a small piece lah. Just a small piece. The small piece lighted on fire. I mean, she wouldn't use the whole thing lah because it's really expensive. Okay, let me show you. You have your sodium in paraffin oil. All right, paraffin oil is a type of oil lah. So they store it like this. They store it like this. Okay, can you see 3 bottles here? Potassium and sodium, they are just now the first 2, right? The 2 top handsome one, right? You must say, sir, how about lithium? Why is there lithium here? You see, lithium, sodium, and potassium, they actually belong to the same group. They actually belong to the same group. You'll be learning this next year in chemistry. Lithium, sodium, and potassium, they belong to the same row, the first row in your periodic table. Do you still remember your periodic table? You learned it in Form 1, right? So the first row, if you go back and look at it, the first row is potassium, sodium, and lithium. All right. So do you know what is lithium used in? Guys, come, let me test your general knowledge. Do you know where is lithium used in? You actually use it every day. You actually use it every day. All right. Oh wow, Martin, that's very good. Yes, you use it in your rechargeable batteries. All right. How do you guys know? Somehow you just know. Right, so your battery is actually made from lithium. Okay, so here's the thing. You see, sodium will explode, right? Potassium will explode, right? So will lithium explode? Yes. Lithium will explode. That means your rechargeable battery actually has a risk of fire. Do you know that? This is why if you buy something from overseas, do you buy things from China or whatever lah, if you shop online, usually they will not allow you to ship batteries because that thing is very flammable. Do you remember Samsung Note 7? Few years back, Samsung released a phone called Samsung Note 7, right? And then if you watch the news, the thing just started catching on fire for no reason. All right, and then Samsung actually canceled the whole phone. They recalled everything. So what happened? Okay, so actually what happened? When they designed that phone, okay, first of all, Samsung, they design phones, they make phones, but they don't make batteries. Samsung usually asks other companies to make batteries for them. And somehow, when they were designing batteries for Samsung Note 7, they actually made a flaw in the battery. The design, the design is such that the lithium is very close to each other inside the battery. So if they accidentally touch each other, the lithium will start catching on fire, and then your whole phone will start to combust. It will spontaneously combust. All right, so that time, if you use a Samsung Note 7, you're not allowed to board a plane because the thing is so dangerous. The thing will just catch on fire. Okay, even it goes the same thing. Your power bank, your phone batteries, your laptop batteries, anything as long as it is rechargeable, they are made from lithium, they will combust. They will catch up on fire. All right, do you know it's the same thing for Tesla? All right, so if you look at a Tesla battery, and then you see even a Tesla catching on fire. Tesla battery is actually the whole floor. It's actually the whole freaking floor. Use potassium to create bomb. That would be a very expensive bomb though. And then you look at your Tesla, the bottom of Tesla. Can you see all those battery? Hey, your phone is one battery, you know. A Tesla has thousands of lithium battery. So if you manage to crash this thing, they will start catching on fire. Okay, so Tesla is actually quite flammable. Okay, that's why we are still scared of battery cars lah. Right, actually you don't have to scared of battery cars lah. You might say, sir, then if I drive a Tesla, how? If the thing suddenly explode, how? Hey, let me ask you, you drive your normal car now, behind your car is also flammable. What? Don't you have petrol in your battery? Don't you have petrol in your car? Petrol is flammable also, what? So it's equally flammable. You crash your normal car, you also die one. You will catch them on fire. So same goes to your Tesla. So is it any better? I think it's the same though. All right, so anyway, next, state the most reactive metal in the reactivity series. So who's the most handsome? That would be your potassium. Okay, or gallium in BM. If you memorize my Kala Nakawin, it's easy for you lah, because we use BM to memorize. Okay, and then B, state the least reactive metal. So who's the least reactive? The least reactive is your gold. Okay, the mask, the ugliest guy. Right, the ugliest guy. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We have like 2 more minutes. Let's try one more. So figure below shows the reaction between metal X and oxygen in the air. So is metal X reactive towards oxygen? Explain your answer. Well, you tell me. You see a flame here, right? Of course, yes. Okay, because metal X combusts. Okay, membakar. You get a fire. Okay, you get a nice fire. Oh, scroll up. Okay. Okay, can copy, can see. Right, so you know what? I think I'm gonna stop here lah. There's not much time that we can do. We will do this next week. Next week, I shall wrap up this chapter and I shall finish as much exercise with you. So today's stuff is very important. Today, what you learn that handsome list is very important because we are using it next week. All right, so easy, right? Today's class is really easy. That's chemistry for you. All right, so I hope you learned something new today. I will see you the same time next week. All right, so have a happy Thursday, everyone. I will see you again. All right, so good night, take care. Bye-bye.